Wow, and we are here all over again. Why not come hang out with DJ Strick at the stream show? Because we're going to learn something really, really cool today. I'm excited to go into some of my workflow for animation. Now, I will say this. It's probably about 4 weeks overdue. So maybe 4 weeks ago, I was on talking about how I had built some animation. I actually showed the animation, and someone asked, well, what's your workflow? And I said, hey, that's a good question. I'm going to get back to you guys. I was explaining the workflow, but I didn't have it written out. So I wrote it out. It took me a couple of weeks to get to you. Of course, we had Creator Camp, and I was talking about Creator Camp for a couple of weeks. Last week, we talked about long form content, repurposing that. And as you can tell, I still have the QR code. I'm pointing the wrong way. There we go. The QR code here for the long form, like how to repurpose your long form content like a pro. So that's there. If you want to get it, it's still available. It's a guide that you can kind of go through, and I just there to help. That's all. It's just there to help, and they're coming in. And as you do, please let me know that you're here. I would love to say hello to you, just like I'm saying hello to Mary Ann. And thank you so very much for hanging out with me. In your part of the world, it's morning time, evening time for me, but you get to be ahead of all of us over there in Australia. So thank you for hanging out with me today for you. So I have so much to go over. Hey, there he is, Carlos from Puerto Rico. Thank you so very much for coming to hang out with me. I am hoping that we can find something with all of this. And there he is, Matt. Thank you for coming through. I think, Matt, you might get something a little bit out of this today, too. I think this might be right down your alley. Chicago is in the house. Rodney, man, thank you so very much for coming through and being a part of the show. I missed you. There he is. Norris James is hanging out with us. Hello to you, sir. Thank you so very much for coming through. And as you're coming in, man, I want to thank you guys for I got some people from Canada hanging out with me today. Man, I think that's cool. Thank you so very much for letting me know that you're there. And more people from Canada. What's going on with the Canadians today? I love it, guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. Norris from York, PA. Man, thank you guys for letting us know where you're from. And I have people from all over the world. I wasn't about to say country, but it's the world right now. That is really cool. And I hope you guys are here getting ready for this animation review. Again, I'm going to say this again. Anytime that you guys want to come on and hang out with me and ask your question personally, yeah, you could do that. And I'm putting the Zoom link in. So if you want to turn your lights and cameras on and come on and be a guest and ask your question about what we're doing today, I would love to have you on so you can ask that question and be a part of the stream show. The music was kind of distracting me a little bit. I have the principal in the building with me today. Thank you so very much, K-Walk, for being here with us. And Matt, I didn't know you were Canada as well. Well, Harrisburg. So not Canada, Harrisburg. He was just speaking to the people there. There you go. So I want to jump right into this because you just never know who's watching, what's going on. It is best for replay that I just jump in as soon as I can. We're talking about animation for your long form content. Now, I started last week with step number 2. I called it step number 1, but I can't assume that you guys already have this down pat. So I want to say this. I feel like it's redundant, but it may not be for some people. You want to start with the long form content. Guys, if you're not creating, I need you to start creating something. Long form content could be anything longer than 10 minutes. I would consider that long form content, 10 minutes or more. So 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, any of that works for long form content. I'm saying this because I am a guy that really, really likes YouTube, right? I really like YouTube. I think YouTube is the best way to have your videos archived for on-demand viewing. That was the beginning of YouTube, right? On-demand viewing. You can put it there and people can watch it at any time. You could use the link to send it to people, and people can watch it on that platform. On-demand, archivable videos. But it grew to a way to be monetized with advertisers, and people started to really make money through ads and also having an audience. Well, a lot of us haven't made it to that point yet. So what's the basic part of what it can do is on-demand. It's the best on-demand and archivable system that we have right now that could potentially lead to some type of monetization. Okay? So I'm not one of those people that are going to tell you that, you know, you're going to get paid doing YouTube. There's a lot of people that are, but there's a potential there. I want to say hello to you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And Matt, you're all right. I think it's the best. I just do. Based on what the other social media platforms are doing, you can call YouTube a social media platform. I think it's a little different. I think it has its own lane. And then now there's so much going on with YouTube. I think that it's really insane. So today I was looking at one of my channels today. Excuse me, I was getting information. I wanted the link because I was building this. So I went into the show that I did last week, and there is a new button in YouTube. That button says ask. You don't have to go now. Go after the show and look at it. But there's an ask button. So if you're watching the show in replay, you can actually hit the ask button and ask the question, and then the answer from the transcript of the video, like YouTube will tell you what the answer to the question is based on the video content. Now, I didn't have time to go through it asking all of that, and I don't know if it would have scrubbed to that portion of the video as well, but it's answering the videos. Like, have you guys seen the ask button? You got to use the ask button. So how does this help? I am raising my hand as a proud attendant of YouTube University. Like, I'm the guy, right? You never stop learning. I'm learning all the time. So what if now if I'm going to these videos and it has the ask button and I can ask because the title description says, hey, this video is answering your question. So what if that video that's answering my question, I can go right to that, not chapter markers. I'm saying just going right to what I am needing information about. That cuts the time in half. You know, they really did have to work with, Google with all of the AI stuff, because now with ChatGPT, you can get the answer so much quicker. You may not always want ChatGPT to answer your question. What if I want my favorite content creator that I know I've been watching on YouTube, I trust them, I want them to answer my question. I just want it in quicker time and I have to watch the whole video. So now this button, this ask button on YouTube can now change the game to give you information so much quicker. The point number one is, let me get back to it, start making long form content. If you're not making it, please start making it. And let me know in the chat if you're making long form content right now. You can just put in the chat, I am. Just let me know who you are in the chat. Just say, I am. And this lets me know you're making long form content. And because everybody that comments, because we're only on YouTube, you're sharing your YouTube channel, so we'll get a chance to see what your channel is about. I'm not going to your channels during the show. We're not going to do any kind of YouTube reviews, so don't be afraid of that. I just want to know who's in the audience tonight that I'm speaking to that is actually doing the work, making long-form content, because as we continue, guess what? It gets harder. It gets a little bit harder. So Matt says he is. I got Clay here. he is. I thank you guys. Rodney is. Thank you guys for replying, because that just lets me know I am in the right place. I'm in the right place tonight, talking about long form content. Step number 2. Now we're gonna animate our long form content just to be able to get it. There he is. There she is. Marianne said, yes, yes, me. Now, you see her comment, she did not follow the rules, but I give her a break because she's in the future, okay? That is so funny. So now, I want to correct something. So step number 2, transcribe the content. I want to correct something. Full screen here. Last week I said Ecamm has a way. She said she was multitasking. I'll take it. I'll take it. No worries. Last week I said Ecamm had a way for you to be able to get transcripts from your videos that you do on Ecamm. What Ecamm is giving you along with your video files is a SRT file, okay? Inside of that SRT file, it is a text script file that you can use inside of ChatGPT to communicate about what your show is. However, this file, it's only the comments that come through. It's not a real transcript of the video. I think I misspoke when I said that last week and nobody corrected me. However, just letting you know that what the SRT file is. Now, with Ecamm, every time you complete a video, record a video, live stream, there is a way for you to connect your video to Descript. I use Descript. I'm raising my hand again. And basically what I do with Descript, because I am not I'm not using Descript as a video editor. I'm using Descript as a audio transcribing system for this particular thing that I'm doing. I don't need the video. The video files will make it too big and cumbersome. I just need the audio transcribed. So I go from Ecamm, or you can use you can actually use the link, the URL link from YouTube as well. So if you have a YouTube video that you want to put over there, you can put the YouTube video link into the script. It's going to transcribe it. You can take the full video from Ecamm and the how we're actually conjoined at the end of your video. You know, we have a link to the script. You can use that, and all you want it to do is transcribe it, and you want to download the TXT file. All right, because all we need is text. We don't really need video. We're going to take that text file into ChatGPT. That's how we subscribe. That's how we do this transcription. All right, I'm hoping I am making that absolutely clear to you. All right, so the transcription that I use, we're going to take it over to ChatGPT, to Descript, get the transcription, and then we load that transcription over into ChatGPT. Now, there are other platforms that can do it other than Descript. So Matt is like, I dropped my Ecamm MOV file, Mac Whisper, and it transcribes it, and it's free. There you go. Matt for the win. I mean, yeah, Matt for the win. Matt using his Mac for the win. So there's a way you could do it for free. My way, Descript is a plan that I have that I decided to use because I am on, they got me paying annually at subscription. And Matt, what happened was the auto subscription came and I'm like, man, I paid for this thing this year. I might as well use it. They got me. I got to unsubscribe to the auto subscription. But there's a way to do it, and Matt is giving you a great way to do it for free. Mac Whisper to transcribe it for free. Why do we need it transcribed? We need all the information about your show inside of ChatGPT. Okay? We need all of the information from your show inside of ChatGPT for us to be able to get to the next step. Any questions so far? This stuff is really easy, self-explanatory so far. I will tell you this. as we move on, it does get a slightly more difficult. All right? Slightly more difficult. Hey, there is a question here, so let me go ahead and grab this question. So do you edit in the script before downloading or edit have jet? So there is no, what I'm doing right now, there's no need for me to edit. Okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm just getting this transcription of the whole video. Now, could I take out all of the intro stuff? I could edit it. I could say, hey, when it says step number 1, find where it says that, and then just take that part of the transcription. But for speed, because I need all of the time back, because I'm going to spend some more time in these other steps, let's just make it simple. ChatGPT will understand the intro and the pleasantries that we do at the beginning of our show. So right now, I'm using just the text, not the video, so there's no need. Can you edit in the script? You can absolutely edit your video in the script. That is not what I'm doing right now. So this is last week, and let me go back to this. For people that want my step-by-step workflow for repurposing, there is a free guide, and that's the QR code to get the free guide to repurpose your long-form content. What I'm doing now is slightly different because I want to animate a review of my show or pieces. So say you had a piece that you thought was really, really good. Maybe it had already, you've already repurposed the clip and the clip performed well. Like your audience liked what this clip said. Now you want to take that clip and have ChatGPT and someone else review that clip. Have you seen, I don't know why this is, but for me, anytime we can take what we do content creation wise on YouTube, online, and then mix that with newscasters where they're reviewing what we do, or any newscaster talk about what we do online, I think that's a big deal. Maybe my opinion, but I think it's a big deal for people that are in what we call the real world, real newscaster, to talk about any content creator or anything you're doing. So what I'm doing now is repurposing or using the newscaster idea to review my show. So I have two people, a guy and a girl, look like they're in a news station, and they're reviewing my show or reviewing that segment. I like to take the whole show, and I'm taking the whole show transcript and having ChatGPT only give me a transcript for a 30-second video. And what it's going to do is break down what he says, what she says, and I'm taking all of those prompts and I'm going over to Runway. Now, I told you where I'm going, what the idea is. Let's get back to where we are in our segment. So 3 is summarizing the points. Now, why would you summarize the points? You're trying to get the best. I already said, if you have a short that's already kind of going and you know your audience like the idea, use that short. But if you haven't done that, this is before the shorts. You want to figure out what may be a piece that you really want ChatGPT to highlight. Because it's going to give a mass overview unless you say, hey, I just want you to take it, okay? So I want you to be able to get that part. So summarizing the key points allows you to say, what can I get ChatGPT to say in 30 seconds that's really going to be impactful to my audience? Before you think about analytics and numbers, what you really wanted to say. And summarizing those key points allows you to have a conversation with ChatGPT so it knows the direction you want to go. Hey, I gave 5 steps last week. Summarize these points, and then from those 5 points, I need you to generalize it for a 30-second promo about the show that we had last week. You hear the conversation I'm having it with you. I would have that same conversation with ChatGPT. All right. Now I will say this. Just catching your live. I love Runway. Well, thank you, Robin, for coming in and being a part. Michelle is here. What's up to you? Thank you for being a part of the show today. I want to be sure because I want to be honest with you guys. I am not the best prompt writer. I am learning to write better prompts. And sometimes writing better prompts is a 2 or 3 stage event. All right. Sometimes I like talking into the phone because I can definitely talk better than I can to write out, all of that, right? But sometimes you don't know what not to say or what to say to get what you want. So you have to say, sometimes, depending on if you're like me or not, and you're not a good prompt writer, this is what I want to do. Can you ask me questions or let me know what I need to help you write a prompt to get this? And then sometimes you may also want to go to the next phase, which is where you want to send this information to. Like, I want to do this in Runway. I want to do this in Sora. So write a prompt so that I can use in Sora. Like, you want to do all of that. Okay. So I'm doing that right now, planning my content for next month. There you go. Just talk to it. Have a conversation. All right. Tell it to draft your prompt for you. That's exactly what I'm saying or trying to say. It can write your prompt for you. But sometimes you want to be sure that you say, hey, this is my end goal. Okay. This is my end goal. And I want to be sure that you say that. Okay. I have some things going on here. I want to be sure I get it all together. I do have someone that wants to come on, and I want to see if they are ready to ask a question. Can you show how to draft outstanding prompts? Can I show you how to? You can. You can. There is a link inside of the description. I'd love to come on. Maybe you can help me be able to explain this a little better. I think from a prompt writing standpoint, I also don't want to get stuck on a particular prompt because I'm really trying to move as best I can. Okay, does that make sense? Because you tell it to go, it can kind of help you. But if you got another trick in there, it can help all of us. Because guess what? I'm on step number 3. We're still summarizing the points. So we are talking, summarizing key points. We are talking to ChatGPT right now. All right. And the idea is to get a 30-second video. The better you write the prompts, the more control you have. Okay. Am I right about it? The better you write the prompt, the more control you have. Now, if you're like me and you don't write prompts that well, it's going to give you something. And sometimes it just magically is what you want. And maybe it's not what you want. Okay? Maybe it's not what you want. But you want to be sure that you get it to the point where it's exactly what you want. And the more details you give it, the better it is. Great info. Yes. Makes perfect sense. There you go, Robin. What I want to do. I want to make sense. If I could just make a little sense of all of this, that's what I want to do. Okay? So, next step, we're talking. Now, not only are we going to put in our prompts, and it's going to give me the information, I want to create visuals. So I also want ChatGPT to create the visuals for me. Okay? Because I'm trying to use all of one platform because in just a minute, it's going to take us some time, some steps to get to our final product. So let's stay in ChatGPT as long as we can and then give it a detailed description of what you want it to be. Now, for me, I actually wanted it to be a newscaster, 2 newscasters, male and female newscasters that are in the Stream Show Studios. Okay? So they're in a studio, like a news studio, sitting by each other, and it automatically gave me what I wanted. Now, all I needed to do is, I did need to do one more thing. You want to be sure you give it all the elements that you can. All the elements that you can is logos, another picture, reference picture to go by. Like I could just give them this picture, the stream show pictures in the back. I could load that up and say, hey, use this as the backdrop inside of the stream show studio. And now we have two newscasters that are inside of the stream show studio. It looks like a new studio. Like all that is possible based off of what you want. Now I'm going with the news thing. You could go with anything that you want it to be. The idea is, let me go back here. The idea is we're taking our long form content and not shortening it down for clips. We're doing something totally different, whether it's a review or now we're just talking about that point. And I like to have whatever I'm doing, whether it's animation, cartoons, or other people using AI to talk about it, to reference me. Okay, to reference DJ Strick, to reference the stream show. So when I post it, they know that it's not something, it's not the animation that is the subject matter expert. They're referring to the subject matter expert, the content creator, which is Strick. Okay, does that make sense? Now you may want to do it any way you want to. You want to use your own face. You want to use your friends talking to you. You can make it whatever you want. I think Sonar 2 is out right now, and basically some of this process, it makes it a whole lot faster. That being said, what I'm trying to get you to do is think outside of the box, because we've been thinking repurpose clips of the long form video. And I'm saying now we want to use AI to take the long form video idea and then repurpose it inside of your content to get more eyes. Why are we doing that? This is potentially right now, because it's so new, a scroll stopper. Is that something that's in your vocabulary right now? Stopping the scroll? Like, I want you to think scroll stopper. If you're watching this and you really resonate with that, just put scroll stopper in the comments. Scroll stopper. I need to stop. I need to do something. If they're not seeing my long form content, how can I build something off of the ideas, off of what I've talked about, off of my niche that's going to stop people from scrolling past it? And this keeps you inside of your niche, keeps you inside the idea you just shared, using your long form content to stop the scroll. Like, wow. It is what I'm calling discoverable. I'm not calling it. It is what it is. It's discoverable content. Right? Discoverable content is those things that you see on social media, those short clips that you say, man, I really like this creator. And as they see more and more of you, guess what? They eventually swipe to your page to see the whole thing. And now they see all of it. And your best idea, or the best thing you can do, is connect all of that information to your long form content. All right? Connect all of that information to your long form content. My baby daughter is asleep with me and I can't come on right now. So, hey, just hold it, watch. And if you can text any good ideas for prompts, I promise I'll give you all the credit for it. All right. The best way I've found to do is just to talk to it. The more you use it, the better you get at prompting. I completely agree. Completely agree. Your ChatGPT prompts and it will help too. Perfect. I take all the help I can get. My ability, or for me, what's up, David? David's hanging out. He's here. What I want to do is to be sure that people, as you're learning these new technologies, it's okay not to be proficient in it. It's okay to say, hey, I'm still learning. Right? We're not going to be the best at all of the new promptings and all of the new things it can do. I will say this, the more you use the new technology, the better you get. The better you get. So I've made some prompts through Runway, and it was almost a month ago. Well, it was at least 2 weeks ago. Now having to do that process all over again, guess what? I got to relearn that process. What makes you better at something? Everybody know you got to rehearse it, right? You have to do it over and over and over again. That makes you better. So if I want to be a better prompter, guess what? I got to continue to write prompts. And like Michelle said, if you can't write that well, just talk to the doggone thing. Guess I do have it on my phone. I literally have ChatGPT on my phone. We have conversations all the time. And yes, I do feel like talking to ChatGPT or some type of AI component is going to be our future. Period. Like you're gonna get like we used to get really mad about having to talk to the phone, like if customer service and you got to talk to the computer. But the game is now changed to the fact that you do not have to press one for it to understand. Press or say one. You don't have to do that anymore. You can say what you want to say, and with AI, guess what? It is listening. Okay, it is listening and it knows what you're saying and is able in fractions of a second to give you a reply to what you said. Not a press one and then calculate and then respond or send you to another switch. AI, you're having conversations with AI right now and you don't even know it. I'm just telling you. Like if nobody told you, I am. So let's do this. I do have someone on in the background. So I want to go just in case they have a question and get to them so we can kind of expand. I think I'm on step number 4. I think we only have like 6 or 7. So I'm on step number 4. So you guys remember that for me. So we have ChatGPT generating images that we could use. All right. And you're prompting it for whatever image that you want to take to the next place. So here we go. And I have all of these on. And guess what? It is all right. And you're not seeing this. So let me just go ahead and put the picture up because you're not seeing automatically all of no, you are seeing this. There we go. How are you doing, sir? Are you on? You got your mic on?
Very good. I have my mic on now. Yes.
There you go. There you go, man. I do appreciate you coming on with me today. And I want to be able to answer any question or allow you to make any comment that you may have. What do you think about what we're doing? Or if you have a comment, you're free to ask or say.
Well, I'm fairly new at this, so I'll have some questions later on probably.
Yes,
And
sir.
currently, I don't have any comments. You're doing very well.
Well, thank you so very much. Now, listen, are you making long form content right now?
No, I'm not.
Perfect, perfect. We have you have an idea if you did what it would be about,
Well, I teach at a college, and I do a lot of online teaching.
right?
So that's probably where this would go.
Take the concept of actually taking what you do professionally and then giving that information out. Listen, I've already said it. I go to YouTube University. I just think how to's on YouTube or any kind of content around a particular subject. And if you're good at it, it looks like you got a great camera, great background. Is that green screen or do you have a brick wall? What is that? Because it looks good.
That's green screen.
Perfect. I love it. You did a great job with that. You did a great job with that.
Thank you.
And those things are all important because we shy away from green screen because it's so easy to not look good, but you look great, sir. So you got that down pat. Got
Thanks.
that down pat. Now, the idea that I'm presenting right now, and you don't automatically have to have long form content to do this, it is for discovery. All right. We're just trying to stop people from scrolling past and to acknowledge us. It's kind of like we're waving. Hey guys, this is what I could do with the computer. I can make really cool scenes based off of my niche. So as you are doing, I'm one of those kind of people that I like informative videos. I like science stuff. And when the scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson, when he talks, like he has this one thing called the galaxies universe. So huge. Fox picked it up, huge production. So you have him talking, and then he's narrating a particular scene or story in the past. and it goes into several different things, but one of them is like a cartoon scene, and then some of it is real B-roll from the past, and it's engaging to me because you have all of those elements working together. Him talking as a narrator, talking to you, and then him in the background narrating this story, and then the story, because it may have been done 50, 60, 100 years ago, is actually an animation format, but you still kind of get an understanding of what he's saying, and it is engaging because they're mixing the formats to be able to educate you. So
Hmm.
all I'm saying is try that with AI now. You can use real people. You can use animated cartoon characters or ones that you develop. It is fun to start to see what you can do or what the computer can do. This is what Hollywood has been doing for a very long time. Now we have those same tools at our fingertips from our computers and in some cases from your phone. So it's just an opportunity to stop the scroll. That's all it is. And I want to thank you for coming on. And again, I'm one of those kind of people. I'm an e-camera for real, right? Been around for a long time. I love it when people are new, and then when you can tell they've taken the time to get the camera right, to get their set together, and man, you've done a great job with it.
Well, I think what you're talking about is going to really enrich in the content of any presentation, really.
I think so. Just like I'm saying, like even with that video of Neil deGrasse Tyson, by him integrating the different forms of content, I think it was just even more engaging. And I mean, it's up on. I think this one you can see it on YouTube definitely. I know he did it on Fox. I don't think it's on Netflix, but it was originally done to be a show that was on Fox, like on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. I mean, he had a great time slot doing it, and it was very informative, but it may have been a little bit too much science for a lot of people, but I absolutely loved it.
Now, I haven't actually seen this done, but do you have any of that on your content? I haven't really seen your content either, not yet. But when I do, will I find it there?
So, not really for my content. So, I'm building, I did a little bit for Ecamm, and I'll find what I actually did because I do think, you know what, it is on my computer here. It's on my laptop iPad that I'm actually using to do my slides with. And I'm going to pull up what I did a couple of weeks ago. It'll probably be the best way to do it. But I need to do the Bluetooth thing really quick to be able to do that. So give me 1 second, guys, and I'll do this the right way. Last time I did it, and I had to use my microphone in here to pick it up. But I want you guys to be able to hear what I'm doing or what this sounds like.
Okay.
I okay. There's the Rodecaster Pro, and I'm gonna find this video, and I want to see what you think. Can you pronounce your name for me?
George Takis.
Say that one more time.
George.
George. I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, not yet. Don't play yet. All right, let me pull it up here. George, tell me what you think about this. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. Okay. Well, let's try this another way. I'm sorry. There's always more than one way to do it. And I want to get back on this thing. Up, up, up. There we go. And we were talking to George, so we're here. is connected to the roadcaster, but it didn't want to play that. And that is completely okay. Disconnect. Now, I'm going to go back to where I was here, and we're just going to play it a little louder. And still no audio. Oh, okay. Of how I can stop the scroll, and then when I stop the scroll, let's do this. I want to get it. I love this. This is what we call.
We got the audio.
Live TV. I do have the audio, but now I want to see if I can get it to go back through the roadcaster because it sounds like the audio was just potted down. So let's try it through the roadcaster again so it's done the right way. And that's connected. Back over to the video. Slide it back to the beginning. Scroll, and then when I stop the scroll, trying to do is be mindful of how I can stop the scroll, and then when I stop the scroll. Okay, that's not the right video, Strick. There we go.
Got a big idea but not sure how to bring it to life? This week on the Stream Show, Strick gave us the blueprint to turn sparks into full-on digital projects.
From finding your why to shaping your story, this episode is packed with practical steps and inspiration. If you've been waiting to launch that podcast or live stream, this is it. Start now.
And next week, we're diving into more storytelling. Don't miss it.
Join us 6 p.m. CST live on Ecamm's YouTube, the stream show where creators come to grow.
Got a big idea. But
so
not sure
George, you just allowed me to show off a little bit. I'm sorry. I just thought that was what they say, the bee's knees. I don't know if bees has knees,
yeah, that's
but
good.
There you go. So that's just something I did. And this is an idea of how you could do something like that for something it was just a promo. And I use the newscaster look, and it looks like real people, but you can also do it in whatever you want to do. Animation. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. You can use cartoon characters. It could be you. You could be doing it. Hey, guys, last week I did that. There's a little lag. Otherwise, it was amazing. I'm not sure about why it was lagging, but I was playing that from my iPad, so it easily could have, because it was coming through the roadcaster, but I think you get the idea. I actually heard it in real time over here, but next time I can pot it up the right way, and you can actually hear it through Ecamm and not do something that's connected. But there you go. So I'm actually
that's cool.
I'm connected using my iPad. I want to give you this, George, really quick, because I'm able to control Canva here, and I'm able to keep the animation with some of my Canva. Now, I don't do much animation with it. Let me get back here. But as I go through my slides, I'm able to have, and there's no animation here. It's just going through the slides. But sometimes I actually take the time to do real animation, and using an external device to do those slides allow you to animate it a little better. That's just me. That's what I found the best way to do it for me. Okay? Mm-hmm. So there you go. Somebody's calling my name.
There are times that, I actually have guests come on Wednesday nights to talk about photography. Like I had somebody from the police college come and talk about forensic photography.
Okay.
So something like that, what you just showed me, would be ideal, maybe at the beginning or the end, or to introduce next week's topic.
That part, all of that. Now, you're talking about something that is actually done inside of your particular show. And that's a great idea. It's another way to add something to your show. But I also want you to keep your mind open, and you may not be, hey, I want to be discovered and I'm building discovery type content. But this is also the idea, again, to stop the scroll. Inside of your videos, it works well too. As an intro, as a introduction to guest, instead of you doing it, you can say, hey, I've prepared this intro for you guys. Here's who I'm bringing up next. And then you have I actually do the introduction. And then you can use it for an outro of your show as well. All of what you saw there was made with ChatGPT and Runway. Okay. And of course,
I got it.
There was a little bit of a segment of me in there, so I took a clip from the show and put it in there. But most of that was done through Runway. And let me say this: all of those things that you saw the different voices in were actually different clips. So I'm not going to use the audio now, but I can at least scroll back through and show you in Runway. I'm actually doing, this is a clip, and the first clip is just like 8 seconds, okay? Or I think what I did here, 5 seconds. It was just an intro. If I scrub through, the next time you see him, he's talking, and then you see her. When I come back, I actually use B-roll from the show that I did where I was talking as a way to clip the next clip, so you didn't see her talking to him talking. But basically, behind the scenes, I went from another clip to her talking from him talking.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense. I'm saying it all backwards, but basically, I used the B-roll on top to be my transition from one scene to the next. Right?
Gotcha.
So that's the scene, and then next, keep scrolling. That's her talking, and now I'm back to them. This is actually another scene, and I chop back. Now, when you see her, the way I did this, all of the scenes with them two on the screen together, and I cropped down to a shot of him. That's just a crop. I just punched in. But she's literally, if I crop back out or if I zoom back out, she's on the screen. But all of this was done to kind of save time. You can actually I could have actually told the system to use this image, and it's just the image of him doing that line. All right. For the sake of time, I just used one picture and allowed him to speak and then her speak, and then I just zoomed in and out, cropped in and out to be able to get that done. Okay. So I see a lot of chatter inside of the chat. So I want to go here and see what you guys are talking about so I can be on top of this. You can do a reaction video, generate an AI influencer reaction to your video. Marianne, that's really good. That's a really good idea. What if, George, I want you to help me with this. What if you created your own influencer to talk about who you are? That is you go into ChatGPT and you build the person that you want to represent your content. So you don't have to continue using different people. You just get one picture. You say, you know what, I really want to think about this. Who do I want to represent me, be my introduction, be my person that introduces my guest and my outro? Like, it really could just be one person. So when it's out there, you use them to review. They begin to be they are your influencer. So you're creating your own user-generated content using AI.
Well, talk about switching the tables. I become a guest. They become the host, introducing me.
Even still, like we've watched television for a long time, right? Johnny Carson never introduced himself. And I guess I aged myself when I said Johnny Carson, right? But you would know. Which basically he had a second guy that were Ed McMahon, right, for a long time. Am I right saying it was him that would be the second voice? He did the intros,
exactly.
all of that.
Exactly.
So it's,
Yeah.
it's a concept that, from old school television, we still understand. It's just in this case, you, instead of having a friend of yours come on to the show and they got to be dedicated to you, they got to be able to show up, and their role is minimized by just being an intro host. You create it through AI.
Yeah. And there's just all kinds of possibilities here. I love it.
All kinds of possibilities. Now, we'll tell you this, when you get down that rabbit hole for the first time, make sure you have a little time, because there is a slight learning curve to it. Okay? Now, what I've done is ask ChatGPT to help me through writing prompts for the particular software that I'm going to be using. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay? So now, once you use it and you kind of get an idea, oh, this is what happens, the second, third iteration is going to be better. But for the first time, you're going to go through I'm just being honest. I'm swift enough to be able to catch on to some of this technology, but it did take me a while of a lot of trial and error before I got to the finished product that you saw.
Well,
Okay?
I hear you. And it took me a lot of trial and error just to get to where I am. Once I started doing online classes and using Ecamm, um, it wasn't a cinch. And I keep telling my students, how do you get better at what you're doing?
Come on.
Practice.
Come on.
You said
Exactly.
rehearse. I say practice.
Practice. I get it. 100%. 100%. If you're willing to do that, you will get better. And I think acknowledging, like I started with saying, hey, I'm not the best prompt writer. And everybody was like, oh, I can help you write better prompts. The way, and there are tons of ways to write better prompts. But I think the best way to learn how to write prompts is write prompts.
Exactly.
Practice it, right? I just think that's
You
it.
got it.
And then Michelle is talking to us here, and she's definitely saying that the sky is the limit. Strick, you own us on the roadmap, the steps created similar AI video. So I will do that. Right now I'm going through the steps, so you can write them down. But I will do that next. It took me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, George. A couple of weeks ago, I did the steps. That is actually this QR code right here on how to repurpose your long form content. And from this particular guide and show, I'm put together a ebook. Well, that ebook, putting together an ebook took a little bit more time than I wanted it to. Okay, but I'm just about done with it. But it took away writing the guide for this particular show. So I have the steps, I don't have the guide yet. So I'm gonna have to come back with the guide for this. But for everybody that may have missed the guide for the long form content, the QR code is there for you to get. And you can actually go to strick.bio.net, and that's in the show description, and actually download that. It's like one of the first buttons you can press to get that form, and you need to do it. But I know I owe a roadmap for the steps on this, and I will definitely get it. These are the steps. You just have to write them down for now. So I'm coming back for more. What is Michelle saying here? She says, I've used it, commercial break, transitions, and next segment. There you go, George. She's actually saying the same thing, using the AI that way. Here's a question for us. Is this the only available on a ChatGPT paid subscription? Is this? No, you should be able to use ChatGPT for this on any plan. Now, I had the paid version of it, and I'm not sure what the limitations are. If you're planning to do something like this, I would find the tools that work for you. And a lot of those tools right now are going to be paid tools and not free. If you can make an image, so the only thing that I'm doing in ChatGPT that may be a pro feature is to create image things. So I'm creating the image of the guy and the girl in the studio, but I'm thinking you can do that from the free version as well. Right? All of it's doing, the only thing I have given it is my text, the transcription of the video that I did to be able to give me a summary for the 30-second video. So I'm hoping I'm asking that correction right. And Robin is agreeing with us. She's a part of the Johnny Carson era too. I won't tell you guys how I used to stay up and watch it as a kid. I did. He was just too funny of a guy. Another comment, Michelle says, I've used the same AI voice to do my commercials. Now I can put a face on her and make her lip sync. There you go. I've done that with my bit before, and it was my best video. There you go. There you go. And she's like, hey, great job, Michelle. Thanks for the repurposing content episode. Fire me up. And now I'm sure I have annoyed everyone with these clips. Annoy them. This is one thing about doing clips, Billy. One thing about doing clips, if you look at the numbers, unless you have 30 million or more views, everybody hasn't seen it. And I say 30. I mean, what are we talking? How many people we got in the country? Is it 7 billion people or something? What were we thinking worldwide? I don't know how many people actually have a YouTube channel, but just think about that. Now we have, 5,000-6,000 views on one. That's a good amount of people that have actually seen a short that we've done on YouTube, but that's not everybody. So annoy them to death. You got some people that are like your friends and your family. You might annoy them, but the people that really love you, Billy, like me, I can see all of your content and never get enough of it. Never get enough. You're gonna need the paid version for sure. So that's for the person that asks, can you do this stuff on the free? Let's go here. Valerie, you only have a certain amount of renders on the free plan in ChatGPT when creating images. Okay. Thank you for hanging out with us, Val. It's good to see you tonight. I use Runway this week to swap out a background on my video. Easy and great. Robin for the win. I love that. Allocate a set number of prompts on the most recent AI models after you're downloaded to a slower model. Okay. So he's trying to help us out. I just feel like depending on what you do, you may want to, how often you're using it. Man, at $20 a month, I don't know anybody else's economic, but the way I use it, the frequency of me using it is worth it for me. Billy is like, true, I'll keep it. Come on, man. Too kind. Listen, do it. Billions are watching YouTube daily. I love that. I'm waiting to see if AI impersonates me by clicking on the like button. Yes, do it. Try to see if it'll get you by clicking that like button. Let's see what happens when the like button is actually clicked. All right, George, let me ask you, you've been here for a second. You got any other comments or questions for me? I want to be sure I'll get to you before I go to the next step.
No, I'm good. Just keep going, man.
Okay, well, hang out with me inside of the Zoom. If anybody else wants to come on in Zoom and hang out with George, you can do that as well. All you have to do, I've already put it in the comments, but guess what? I'm going to post the link again. So if you want to come hang out and make a comment, ask your question, you can do it live with us and look as good as George doing it. All right, so let's get back to step number 4 is generate visuals. We've already talked about that. We're going to go to step number 5. You want to animate it, okay? So with the animation part of it, I am now transitioning from ChatGPT to a animator, so a AI animator. I am using Runway right now. There are Sora is out there. Sora, I don't know why I want to put an N on it. SORA 2 is out right now, and there are tons of things you could do with that. Hopefully, they will release more opportunities for you to use it. They have invite codes right now, so only certain people have those invite codes. So if you see somebody using it, bug them because they would have 4 invite codes, and they're releasing it very slowly. The idea with Sorna, Sorna 2, and the whole platform, they're actually pushing it to be more of a social media platform that is just filled with AI. I don't really understand the concept. It's new, but everybody likes new things. Eventually, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and I say Twitter, so X and Instagram will be filled with AI generated stuff too. You're not going to know what's real and what's fake. That's where live streaming is going to really, really help. Live streaming is going to really be a big deal because that's probably going to be the one way you can authenticate that that is a real person. I don't know if you guys thought about that. Okay. I don't know if you guys thought about that, but that's going to be the one way that you can authenticate that's a real person by streaming. So all of these things you can learn how to use. And David is right. I've used Sona 2 Pro and VEO 3.1 to make videos from static photos. So there are tons of things out there. You can always go to YouTube University to figure that out and figure out what's out there, kind of search every time. One of the ways that I do it is if I'm trying to find new systems and new programs, I always do the program I know and then put VS in this or versus and see what video comes up that somebody already have made that would do a versus on it. All right, so I love all of the AI videos. My value is going through the roof just from being a human. So there you go. He's telling you the secrets. So Billy's on live, and I think that live content is one of the things, Billy, that is going to really, like you say, go through the roof because they can validate as you. That's Billy. Now, they've already have programs to where there are avatars that are AI avatars that you can actually that are doing live feeds. So just like there is a way for me to do a live feed where I don't engage with the audience, but I'm talking and you can actually be live selling. I take that back. They are engaging with the audience, even with live streaming being AI bots. Eric, man, thanks for coming through tonight. So being live and being a person that people can connect with on and off, they are already AI avatars that are engaging as well. Hopefully they slow up on that. And hopefully you guys stay out of trouble so the government doesn't put an AI version of you out there going to the candy store when you shouldn't. So because, basically they can put you anywhere. They can put you anywhere. You would not know the difference. Oh, yeah, I've seen those live selling AI avatars. Imagine a fee I've charged a brand if I have to show up instead of my. Come on. Billy's always thinking about that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, it is crazy. Yes, if you have to show up and not an avatar, yeah, it's going to cost a little bit more. I think that all of these things is a great skill to have. Being able to use this technology, you just never know what niche you can get into by knowing this technology. George, let me ask you this question. I want to go back to you. What if in your profession, oh man, I thought he was still there and maybe he just turned off his camera. Yes. Can I ask you a question really quick? Okay. Let's see if you turn your mic back on for me. I want you to think about this. In your profession, of course, you know other teachers and professors, right?
Yes.
What if you found a way to use this animation? It didn't take you a lot of time to do, but you found a way to use these avatars inside of what you were doing, and you can actually teach that to other professors or that are online or however you guys teach, or you can actually sell that as a service. Would that be beneficial to you?
Well, of course it would be. I mean, I could put together little bite-sized packages or a whole course. But one of the things that I just thought about right now was even if I'm teaching something to students, I could have an avatar ask me the right questions so I can give them the right answer.
That's excellent. A student avatar. I like
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I like it. That makes your teaching or your class more engaging.
Well, not only that, but it would be a standalone little clip, right?
Right?
That I wouldn't even have to be there. I could just post it to YouTube, and the question would always be there. My presentation would always be there, and it just makes sense.
So there's a radio host, George. I like this idea. Let me see if I can connect the dots on my end too of how all this could work. His name is he does Steve Harvey. I don't know if you're familiar with Steve Harvey. He does a lot of television, comedian in the States, right? He does Family Feud. He's the guy that hosts Family Feud.
Okay.
Um, he has a radio show that is across the country, and inside of his radio show, he has another voice. So it's a young lady. Her name is something Strawberry. Last name is Strawberry. So they have what they call the Strawberry Letters. And the Strawberry Letters are written into the Steve Harvey show to where someone is explaining their story and their scenario and asking Steve Harvey for advice. Now, I've been in radio for a very long time. DJ Strick, right? I actually was a radio host, and I did all kind of stuff in radio that was more theatrical than anything else. I know that people are not writing into, somebody may have written into the Strawberry Letter as they've done it for a while, but I know most of it is something that they wrote, all right? It's a story that they wrote for him to answer that question. And in the concept of what you're saying, I think it's only the right thing to do, right? I've always liked a co-host or someone to ask questions. Boom, you can hit a button inside of what we're doing today, and it can easily be a great transition for me or an opportunity for me to grab some water really quick by just having this set up, a video already set up, potted to go from my avatar, ask me the next question or have a follow-up question about what I'm doing, as long as nobody asked it in the comments. It just makes sense. And I could breathe for 30 seconds. I could grab some water for 30 seconds and then answer that question and everything is good. But I think that is an excellent idea, and it really could be huge for the replay value as a small clip.
Hmm.
So
I think so.
So there we go. And I'm talking about that, and Michelle knows exactly what I'm talking about. The Shirley Strawberry and the Strawberry Letters. Very fun and smart session tonight. Well, thank you, Robin. That's what I'm talking about. Every now and again, I can hit a home run. Next level, everything AI and fully automated. I am telling you, I have so many ideas about automations and AI that in every facet of what I do, more than just the content creation stuff. It's going to be a big thing. And George, I asked you that question because I'm thinking about, man, how can I monetize this knowledge that I have with AI? All right. So stitching the clips together. All right. So this is my next part. Stitching the clips together. I actually use Adobe Premiere Pro. Now with Adobe Premiere Pro, I'm able to put all the clips in, put B-roll on top, all of that stuff. It's seamless. You don't know when you're going from one scene to the next, or you wouldn't see it. It looks like it's all one clip. It's very professionally done. I put music underneath. That's, to me, really, really simple. There's DaVinci. There is, what's that, the Apple product everybody uses? Final Cut. Yeah, it's coming to me. There's CapCut that people are still using. So there are ways for you to be able to take these clips, because basically the way that I'm doing it, we're talking 5 to 8 second clips that are made with the transcript. So I'm having have the guy say this, okay? Have the woman say this. And I'm using 5 to 8 second clips, and it's just building those clips. I download the clips, put them inside of Premiere Pro, pull it all together, and put my music underneath, some transitions if I need transition, B-roll if I need B-roll, and you got a 30-second clip, and it's really, really that easy. Okay, the next portion of it is to upload and then promote, which is the easy part, right? You've done all the heavy lifting. You might as well at this point be ready to upload and to promote it. And that's basically it. The promotion could be anything you want. I will tell you this, if done really well, depending, and George, I'm going to come back just in case you have anything that you want to say, but depending on how you do this, this may be the time that you actually put the ad in. Like, you may put money behind it so it could be seen. Now, for a lot of us, I have no idea why doing ads is so taboo, but anytime you have a video that goes viral, this is the Gary V method. If you have a video that goes viral, you know you hit all the buttons, it worked organically. That's the same video that you would then upload to put money behind it because it would go well. That's a simple method. Now, all of us are not trying to go viral. We may not have on the back end, we may not have a way to be monetized, but basically if you have something that you can monetize, it just makes sense to push it if you can. It's just how the world works. This is what Facebook has been doing for a while. You get so much reach, you pay, and you get more reach. All right. And hopefully on the back end of the reach, you have a way to monetize what you're doing. Yes, I do have a free, you see the QR code here. There you go. You see the QR code here. That QR code is learning how to repurpose long form content that is what we call a lead magnet. From the lead magnet, the ebook is coming. And if you like what you saw in the guide, you can get more information by getting the ebook. The ebook is $6.99. I don't have the ebook ready now, but the ebook is coming. And it's just more details with stories about how to use those segments. And then from there, you have a book that's talking about content creation and long form and short form, repurposing, all the other kind of stuff. And that's $14.99. And you see, and then this seminar. And then from the seminar, you have the webinar, the one-on-ones that you can book because this guy is talking about repurpose. I want to spend time with him. That's how all of that goes. Okay. And if you want to be in that world, you want to get on that trajectory to be doing that, this is one of the ways that you could do it. Now, all of that being said, this is just an opportunity for you to create something from your long form content that's different than your face, your voice. To stop the scroll, to add to your ability to be visible. Okay? Or discoverable. That's what I want. George, I want to end with you just in case you had any questions about what I was saying today. I appreciate you coming on, and again, you look great, and hopefully people can go check you out and see what you've been posting so far. Any questions? Any last comments?
No questions. I think you've answered all the questions as you've gone along. But this monetization bit, that interests me, and I'll tell you why. I don't know about other people, but I really find it awkward to sell my own product.
I got you.
I always found that an awkward thing. But if I have an AI, credible AI, who is selling my product after I've done my little lesson or whatever, they come on, they say, by the way, if you want to purchase this course or if you want to, whatever it is, it's a lot easier for me to do that than me trying to sell it.
I got you. And I completely understand that. I will tell you this, your ability to create what we call know, like, and trust with your audience, students or whatever. When you say it and you say, hey, this is available, and I'm going to give you more details from this, and you click the button as your avatar giving the details, there's still a level of know, like, and trust that you have to provide about your own product. So eventually you're going to have to say a little bit about it. I'm a salesperson, okay? So that's my heart. I like to sell. Other people are not, and you want to monetize. Some of it is climbing up that hill to get out of your own way. And then, just like you said, finding ways to get around it. But you can get around it, but at some point you have to say, I have this book. And you're going to have to say that because you are the one that's providing the know, like, and trust. And if you say it, guess what? There's someone that's just waiting for you to put out material that they can actually get and for you to say, hey, buy my book.
Well, that gives me an idea that the AI could ask me, "Do you have anything available?" I'm glad you asked that
I'm
question.
glad you
And then,
asked. Exactly. I'm glad you asked. Perfect. And that way you don't feel like you're selling. You're just answering a question that was asked. Perfect.
exactly. Thanks,
There's
Stephen.
there's always a way to do it. Thank you for being a part of the show today, man. I appreciate it. And it's
My
nice to
pleasure.
meet you.
Pleasure to
Another
meet you.
friend from Canada, right?
Yes, that's
I,
right.
I got it. I got it. Again, thank you for being a part of the show. Listen, guys, what I have right here, and I always get this wrong, is this QR code from last week's show where we are repurposing long form content. If you want the free guide, just scan that code and you can actually get it. Or if you look into the description of today's show, you will see strict.bio.link. You can follow that link and it'll get you to a landing page where I think at the top you will see the repurposing guide that you can actually press the button and go right to it and get that guide. You can download it and kind of go through my steps of repurposing. Now, somebody already asked me today about the guide for this show. I got to work on the guide for how to do this with animation. I'm going to do that really soon. I was really trying to get it prepared for today's show, but it's a lot to prepare. But I'm going to have that guide really soon that you can get and help you through the steps that it takes or the steps that I'm using. Again, ChatGPT and Runway and then Premiere Pro, and then you have what you need. Be ready inside of Runway or whatever other software that you are doing to spend a little time. It's not going to be quick. ChatGPT kind of gives us a false sense of how fast it can be when they're doing the video models. When you're trying to write the prompts for the videos, sometimes you want to tweak it and you want to do some things. It's going to take some iterations before it's all of what you want it to be. So be patient with it. It may take hours with the S on the end, right? It may take some hours for you to get it, but once you learn how that system likes to communicate, I would I'm not saying do it every day, but I would really get proficient at it, doing it enough times that you know the steps and you can do it quicker. All right. The more often you do it, the faster you would get that whole nine. Okay. Yes, this can be a lot of stuff. It can be a lot of stuff depending on what you are doing. I really like the idea that George had by using the avatar to ask you questions. And I think that's a cool idea. I haven't really thought about that, but definitely something that we all should do. It says, Michelle, when I was just talking about that today, this is work, but if you want it, you got to do it. So it is work, and let me not take anything away from that, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, this is not easy. It's not going to be 10 minutes or 30 minutes and you're going to be done. Okay? Think about what it would take for you to do a 30-second commercial in the real world. You got to go to a place. You got to set up all the lights. You got to get with the talent. The talent needs a script. You got to do this. You got to do all of these things. If you think about the real world concept, not just ChatGPT taking 2 seconds and building your image, the time is relative. Okay. If you think, what will it take for me to get 2 people in a live television studio to talk about my show? What will it take for me? Just think about this. I have the video of 2 people in a studio like a newscaster. What would it take for me to get on the local news for them to be able to talk about my content creation process and what I'm doing? Now, first, I got to have the influence enough to talk to a producer to say this is a good enough story for us to talk about. That's iffy, if you don't have those connects. And then you got to get there. You got to make sure your makeup is good, lights, hair, all of that kind of stuff. The way you dress, all of this, you got to get mic'd up. You're going to be nervous because you haven't been on TV for a while. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into it. What if you can just sit at your computer for the same amount of time and build your own 30-second lead using some avatars that you created, talking about what you're doing, and then posting that? People would think that you were a doggone genius. And more than that, if you do it often enough, those two people will have a following as well. People have already, listen, they've already signed an AI artist. Val, did you know that? They're already signed AI artists to deals, like major record labels. This is happening right now. Say it for the people in the back. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Sharpen your skills. That's really cool. That's really cool. Gonna be one of those ones I can pull out, Michelle. Thank you for saying that, guys. Next week, I'm gonna be talking again about something next week. I'm not sure what it is. I've been so locked in on this particular show. I will be on next week. You can actually see it on the Ecamm YouTube channel. What I will be talking about. I'm sure it's something cool. I will be out the first Sunday in November, and then after that, I'll be back, and we'll be sure to be talking about these Black Friday deals. Who knows what's coming up with Black Friday deals? You just never know, and maybe we can find some things that we could really use. To help us. Yes, wow, that's a mess. Val, it really is. AI artists would love to see the live performance. There's no live performance, but you know, Tupac performed after his passing, right? Tupac has performed after his passing. The hologram they did at Coachella is out there. There's always stuff and technology, and I've gone a while tonight. George, thank you for coming in and being a part of the show. Thank you guys that are watching and all of your comments. I have my marching orders to get the workflow generated for this particular show, and I really appreciate you guys spending the time. If you haven't already did it, you got like 10 seconds to hit the like button to let me know you really enjoyed today's show. I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I would like to thank you for watching another edition of The Stream Show.